It's the 19th of January. It's around Beach Access, north of Beach Access 50. Just seeing here, large area of disturbance. Some work done on the pepper tree, which is fine. Lots of gloriosa lily. And what do you know? Massive dead Banksia. 2 big dead Banksias by the look of it. I'm not sure if this is 1 or 2. That's one mega one there. Nearly a metre across. Must be over 100 years old. Dead. Still got its cones on. This one here, still got its cones on. As you can see, heavily disturbed. Passiflora. Asparagus fern. They would have been treated previously. More asparagus fern. More asparagus fern. Heaps of it. This area here has all been sprayed. And this is what happens. Further up here, we see massive disturbance in a large wetland. Cut in here. Alright. Another mega dead Banksia. Huge. Let's have a look around. We've got Dianella that has been sprayed, but coming back. More here. Glyphosate probably would have killed it. What has been used is Metsulfuron, methyl and 2,4-D. Gloriosa lily that has been sprayed, and coming back just next door. This is what happens. So this whole bank here has been sprayed. You can see here, 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 here. You can see that they've sprayed right over the tree. This beach electron sprayed right the way over the top of it. That's the coast. There's your little swale. That's only been freshly hit within the last month. Freshly hit. Freshly hit, freshly hit, freshly hit. That's a different, it's hard to say, I think it's a different Banksia there. That's the main one. I'm not sure if that is 1 or 2 trees, but that's pretty significant and pretty dead. The next tree, that one, joins on to down here. That's that one there, way past it. And we have a look over here. We have got another massive dead Banksia. If I can climb up here, I can show you what the next area looks like from above. The area that I saw from the road the other day is down in there. There's the coast. Right there, the first dune is just here. We've got house just up through that tree. This is the dead Banksia, and if you look down, that whole swamp, that whole wetland is brown, and there's many, many, many more dead Banksias down there. So we're going to go have a look from just down underneath this one. From up here you can see that's been disturbed, sprayed. The dead trees there showing all the gloriosa lily underneath and the disturbance that has gone on around here. We'll walk down to this area down below. This is the area. You can see the hollow down in there. That's a freshland swamp, freshwater swamp. This is where the spraying starts. You can see in here, we're just coming into it now. We've got blady grass that's half dead, Passiflora that's been sprayed. We enter the destruction zone pretty much. Casuarinas are still alive at the moment. This is a real worry. This is a Banksia right in the middle. You can see the whole area has been totally nailed. You can see what these guys are like. This is their level of workmanship. This is the level of monitoring by council. You can stand back and you can broad spray natives. It would have been much easier to pull out the vine very easily. Mile a minute. It's much easier to pull it out than have to do all of this. This would have all been to chase probably one vine. Could have easily been hand weeded. This is the result. This is only recently dead. Cones are still there in good condition. Still intact, still strong, still got its fluff on it, still got leaves. Government really needs to come and take tissue samples. EPA should be concerned about this. We'll have a look, more mile a minute. Instead of hand weeding it, it's easier just to spray shit out of the place, as you can see. So that's the first real big dead one here. This is the second one. You can see it's been sprayed all around it. Mile a minute. Would have been selective herbicides, which use hormones. Another dead thing here. Don't know what that is. Could be a macaranga or... don't know. This is where they've just sprayed the whole edge of the tree. You can see the mile a minute up above. Instead of getting in there and ripping it out, it's easier for them just to come and spray the whole lot. But this is the poisoning that it causes. You can see all these isolepsis through here are not looking healthy. This is the middle of wet season. They should be thriving. All that's coming up through here is annuals. So here we've got some dead Casuarinas. Another dead something. Dead Banksia. Another dead Banksia. Another dead Banksia. Another dead Banksia, and this is all heavily disturbed. Mile a minute. As I've said a million times, Council's best practice is selective hormonal herbicides, which are banned in aquatic areas. Another dead one there, it's pretty old. Another dead one over there, still got its leaves on. Another dead one there. Another dead one here, another dead one there. The whole bank up here looks pretty dead. There's a couple up there. There's a couple there. There's a couple in there. There's just there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Guys, there's many. There's about 20 up there. There's heaps through here. You can see this. These are water plants. Another dead one there. Another dead one there. Look at these dead reeds. This has all just been totally nailed. This Banksia here, it's not looking good for it. This has all been sprayed. Another dead Banksia. More dead Banksias there. More there. Heavy disturbance. There were some trees cut down in here, I believe, as well. Or maybe it's up further. You can see here, all these Banksias are dead. He's dead too, pretty old. Here's the dead trees that have been cut. I was trying to work out what they are. Could have been a pepper. I'm not sure. They could be peppers, but if they're peppers, you leave them standing to leave some canopy. This is what the area looks like from up here. There's the houses just there and the road. That freshwater swamp, been nailed. Got some Banksias in here, looking sick. I reckon these are going to die next. We've got some work done at the back of them over here. This Banksia here, I reckon, is going to die. He doesn't look that healthy at all. Lots of Gloricide being sprayed. Some examples there. There. This Banksia here is not looking well. And surprise, surprise, another dead Banksia. Look at the disturbance around the base of it. Just hanging in there. We've got a couple of branches still alive, but it's been stung pretty bad. And you can see lots of work done around here. Lots of recent spraying. I'm probably being contaminated with 2,4-D and Metsulfuron as we speak. But because it's being supposedly closely managed by council, all appropriate laws have been cared for, and supposedly someone has done a risk assessment to see if Gloricide is dangerous to humans. That hasn't been done because Metsulfuron has never been tested on humans. If you can't test any of the components of Gloricide, how can you tell? How can you tell what's in there? There's another Banksia up here which is looking pretty bad. This one here looks like he's going to die. So a lot of work going on through here. That's a broadleaf pepper, that's okay. But there's your next dead Banksia. Look at this area here. Just totally annihilated. We've got some Banksia here just hanging on. This fellow over here, he's dying. This one here is showing signs of stress. Lots of dead leaves. Have to keep an eye on that one to see if it makes it. These Banksia in here showing signs of stress, but I'm not sure. Those two there are definitely been nailed. Very interesting, these macarangas. have been poisoned, there's no reason why this Macaranga here is nearly dead. All its leaves are above 3 meters in height. You can see around the bottom of it, it has been heavily disturbed. It has died from environmental poisoning, and all his friends here are going to suffer a similar fate, I would reckon. Oh, look up here. Massive dead Banksia. Huge, full of leaves and cones. We'll go check that out to see what sort of disturbance is underneath that. And as expected, it's massive. It's been spraying. You can see the stinging on the leaves. Lots of Gloriosa lily spraying. And we've got Banksia here that's still alive for now, but this one here is dead and only freshly. This one here next to it's still alive at the moment. Lots of asparagus fern, lots of Gloriosa. This area here has all been nailed. Yep, dead Banksia, surprise, surprise. Massive disturbance. Couple of dead Casuarinas there, couple of dead Casuarinas there. Couple of dead Casuarinas there, I'm not sure what caused them though. This has been heavily disturbed. There's more spraying through here. This is asparagus fern that's been sprayed. This thing here is only recently dead. Lots of Gloriosa lily, lots of asparagus fern. Lots of asparagus fern only sprayed in the last month. This area in here has been totally nailed. Dead Casuarina. Ground story's been nailed. Fresh stinging here on the asparagus. That's the beach just there. That's the 1st June. This is where the products are being used. This is the top of the, coming up to the top of the 1st June. This is on the 1st June. This is asparagus fern that has been sprayed. Got a Macaranga in here. Been nailed, but he's coming back. All these Banksia have been sprayed underneath. I'm not sure how they're going to go in the future. This area here has all been sprayed. There's your Gloriosa lily, dying back. Fresh dieback. Fresh dieback. Lots of asparagus fern here, been sprayed. Singapore daisy, sprayed. This area here, this Singapore daisy, has all been sprayed. This area here, it's all been sprayed. It's all been sprayed right down under here. That's a little creek just here. Have a look. Singapore daisy spraying. Singapore daisy spraying. Singapore daisy spraying just here. You can see the stinging. The wheatgrass has been stung. This is Singapore daisy. I haven't done right down to the creek, but it's on a creek flat, just here. Singapore daisy. That's been sprayed and is stung, showing yellowing. This has been sprayed, stung. This up here, taking a cross section. Obviously sprayed. Obviously sprayed. Obviously sprayed. Obviously sprayed. Obviously sprayed. Obviously sprayed. Down to here. And there's your water. 20 centimetres, maybe 10 centimetres above the water table that these things are being sprayed on. Like, this is your freshwater systems, which is your critical habitat for your rare and endangered acid frogs. This whole area here has been sprayed. We used to manage the area on the other side and have reduced the Singapore daisy right back from this side, and we did it without having to use products which are illegal in aquatic areas and known marine pollutants. We were able to do the same thing with glyphosate and hand weeding. So coming up here, this is the beach access. Beach access 45 David Low Way.